Okay, see if I can give it a few minutes before everybody comes in. It's not too late. Anyway, I think I'm gonna just go ahead and get started. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? It is your girl, your diva, and knowledge. Lady Mocha represent Mocha's Cafe de Paris. Well, I'm always serving you wisdom, knowledge, and spiritual awareness. Big ups to everybody. I appreciate all of y'all who have been very loyal to my channel, who's still part of the brand, still part of my movement. Again, I appreciate each and every one of y'all so much. But enough of all of that. I wanted to get into this tonight, y'all, because I'm sure y'all been hearing a lot. I figured he would call as soon as I went live. One moment. Okay, I'm back, everyone. Sorry for that. My husband had called me, checking on me. But anyway, I want to get into this topic, y'all, because I'm sure a lot of ladies, especially, can relate to this because all of us at some given point have gone through some type of conflict or situation with other females when it comes to friendship. And this is the reason why, y'all, I really don't I don't rock with females like I used to. I do not rock with females like I used to because I have had my share of corrupt friendship. I've had my share of jealous females. I've had my share of vindictive and manipulative females. And I've gotten to a point in my life in which I am so content with isolation. I'm so content with isolation. I'm not one of those females that got the, you know what I mean, got to always have a friend around. I got to always be in the company of another female. What's up, Blue Devil? Everybody else enter in the chat. And I'm just not in the business of friendship. I don't rock with females like I used to because females are so grimy. They are so grimy. And the reason why I'm going in on this is because of what has happened to the young lady Shaquella Robinson, who went on a trip to Mexico with her friends, and all of a sudden she came up dead, you know. And of course they tried to push the narrative that she died from alcohol poisoning, and the family knew better. The family knew the story just wasn't sitting well, it wasn't sitting right. So nevertheless, the footage had came out, and you can see there was somebody, one of the people on the trip was actually recording one of the females attacking the victim, Shaquilla Robinson. And you can tell the way that girl was beating her. There's been some long overdue animosity and jealousy. And that's really why I don't fuck with females. I do not mess with females. I don't. I don't. I see how grimy they are. And I'll be honest, I've only had probably one real legit friend out of my 43 years on this planet. Yes, definitely, Blue Devil, just hate. I agree. I have only had one true, genuine friend, and I don't say that to be funny, and that's just to be straight up. I've had one genuine friend out of 43 years in my lifetime, and she passed in 2015, and she was the only genuine, down to earth, never folded, um, just was a blessing to have in my life. And I've never been able to find a friendship close to that. And I do have one female right now that I'm really, really cool with. And I haven't had any problems with her so far. You know, we both married. She's mature. She's a grown woman. She handles her business. So, you know, we cool, you know what I mean? But I've gotten to a place, y'all, to where I'm good with isolation. I've seen how females move. I've seen how they fold on each other in friendship. I see how females fold on each other in the jobs. And I'm not even gonna go into how many times I done seen females fold on each other in these YouTube black sector spaces. I would not be friends with none of these broads. You know what I'm saying? Not in the black YouTube sector. Because, baby, when these females get mad with each other, they will go on a goddamn hate hiatus. They be doing damn 2-3 hour live streams dragging you, telling all your business. I'm like, God dog, y'all grown women. Some of these females, even grandmothers, and be just, you know what I mean? And just be beefing on the regular. They said the girl jumped her as a boy. Well, no, it's been confirmed, Blue Devil, that the girl who attacked her is not a boy, is not a tranny. She does look like a tranny. She does. She could pass for a transformer. I forgot. We on YouTube. You got to be careful with your words. She does look like a transformer, but Blue Devil has been confirmed she's not. Matter of fact, she just had a baby a week or two ago. That has been confirmed. So she's not a transformer. But I tell you this much, it's not looking good because now the FBI is looking into it now. Or before it didn't get the amount of attention. The Shaquella Robinson case didn't get the amount of attention that it needed when it first initially happened, when it first initially occurred. But once that video footage went out, and that girl, once that video footage showed the girl getting attacked, it brought a lot of attention to where now the FBI has gotten involved. They are investigating. So I'm praying that at this point in time, that Shaquilla Robinson's family gets peace. So yes, Blue Devil, it's been confirmed. She's a female and she just had a newborn baby. But if she ends up getting that time, I tell you one thing, her life is going to change forever. And she's not going to be able to mother the child she just had. But I found this case interesting, y'all, because there was a story. This was a true story, and this is why I'm doing this content tonight. I don't know how many of y'all are Lifetime movie fans. I don't watch Lifetime like I used to, but I like a lot of the old Lifetime movies. And there was one movie that is very similar to this case, y'all, with Shaquilla Robinson, and that happened to a 70-year-old white female back in the year of 1985, and the same thing happened to her. And that's why I'm doing this, because this story, because there's a lot of females that are in the grave right now because there was some envious, low value, jealous, low self-esteem, bitch, who just seize the moment to catch a woman who they've been hating on in their most vulnerable position. And that is when they become vultures. Now, I want to kind of pause on that word vultures. I want to pause on that word vultures. Well, because this is how I perceive females when it comes to friendship. I perceive women, specifically the conniving ones, the malicious ones. I perceive them as vultures. And the reason I say that is because what do vultures do? If you ever take a road trip and you see a dead deer or a dead rodent on the highway, like when you're traveling the highway, especially when you're going through the country, and you see like something dead, like some type of dead animal on the highway, and you see these birds, these black birds that are like crows, but they're also known as vultures. And you see them eating and feasting on a dead animal, and the animal's completely dead because the animal's not breathing. the animal has no life. In other words, the animal is in no position to defend itself from being devoured. And that is how I perceive a lot of these women out here when it comes to friendship. A lot of these females are nothing but goddamn vultures. They wait for you to be at your most vulnerable state in which you cannot defend yourself. You can't really do anything. And they wait till you in your most vulnerable position where you're defenseless to devour you. When they know you can't be saved, when they know you can't be protected, when they know your life is on the line, that is when a lot of these females go into vulture mode, meaning they already know you damn near on your last leg, literally. So they take it upon themselves to use that opportunity to destroy you. Okay? The men looking real bad too for not stopping the fight. Absolutely. Listen, Blue Devil, everybody who played a role in this, even the ones who did not put their hands on this young lady, they are going to pay the ultimate price. Karma has all of them addresses. So I'm already I'm a firm believer in karma. So even if the law doesn't do what it's supposed to do, whatever the case is, I believe karma is going to always haunt them. But again, I used to be a fan of Lifetime Network. You know, that's the network where women, it's only movies for women and stuff. I don't watch it as much. I don't know why. I just kind of fell off. I think YouTube and reality shows just took the joy out of people watching real movies or whatever. But there was this young lady, matter of fact, the name of the movie was called A Killer Among Friends. Some of y'all probably never saw the movie before. It's an old movie. It came out during the 80s. But I strongly recommend, if you got a daughter or, you know, a niece, I strongly recommend you watch that movie, A Killer Among Friends, with a young female in your family. Because it's so many lessons in there, and it shows you how malicious and conniving, and how far some of these females will go to try to destroy you. There was this movie that came out in the 80s off a Lifetime. Matter of fact, I believe the movie is still on YouTube, y'all. So if you get a chance, look up the movie, A Killer Among Friends. It's a movie based on a true story. This actually happened to a young lady by the name of Michelle Missy Avilia. Okay? She was murdered back in 1985 by her two supposedly best friends, okay? And when I say the movie is very, very close to the actual incident that happened, and I'm just going to go ahead and give away the movie, but basically, long story short, try to give y'all the shortest version of what happened. And a reason why I felt it was imperative that I do that is because this movie, this is kind of what Shaquella Robinson went through. This is the same thing, you know, that she had experienced. And that's why you have to, I don't trust these hoes. I don't trust none of these, I don't trust them. I just will never trust none of these females. And I'm going to also share with y'all personal experiences I have gone through with females doing me in. Okay, what's up, Jay Para? Thanks for the $10 donation. I appreciate that, Jay. Glad you had fun with your girls. Glad you didn't go out to Mexico. Oops, too soon. Now, you know what, Jay? You a mess. You being real messy. You is crazy. I feel you. No, but yes, me and my girls, we went out last night. We had a good time. Listen, I'm the kind of friend, I'm good with going out with you once every 6 months. We can go out twice a year and I'm good. I'm not with that clubbing every weekend. I'm not with that we going out every weekend, because something about women, when you hang together too much and you go out too often, eventually you're going to fall out with each other. I realize that less is best. The less time you spend with each other, the more you appreciate each other. I don't do all that, sister girl. We gonna hit the club every Tuesday. We gonna go out I don't do that. Okay, less is best. First of all, I have a husband that's not even going to tolerate me spending more time with my friends than I do him. Not only that, I am a Scorpio, and Scorpio women, we love our own personal space. Okay, I ain't got to be no entourage. I'm like a little ass old lady. I love to be home, listen to my old school, um, watch my Sanford and Son marathon, Golden Girls, Living Singles. I love to watch my old retro shows. I don't miss friendship with females. I don't miss it. I'm glad that my life is where I can go out and kick it with my girls twice a year, and we see each other, have a good time, link up, drink up, and everybody go on about their business, but all that hanging out all the time, I just don't do that. I don't like to bubble with women too much, because when something about when women spend too much time together, when y'all hang out too much, for some strange reason, sooner than later, you get on each other's nerves and conflict arises. It happens. Thanks again, Jay, for another 10. You know me. Yes, I done got used to you, Jay. You are the chat room class clown. So I done got used to you being my chat room class clown. So I'm not even offended. Or whatever. So y'all, so letting y'all back to this story about what happened to this white girl back in 1985. She went through the same thing Shaquella Robinson went through. I want y'all to check the movie out. Jay, I need to make you a moderator. Okay, so I just made you a moderator, Jay. And Blue Devil, I done seen you over here a couple of times, so I made both of y'all moderators. Appreciate y'all. So, all right, back to what I was saying. Y'all get a chance. Check out that movie. Yeah, I know she was Blue Devil. That's why I'm telling y'all about this other situation. Check out the movie. It's on YouTube. It's an old movie now. Y'all may be a little bored because the movie with it, because it came out in the 80s, but trust me, it's worth watching, because it lets you know how these females be hating on your ass the whole time, and you just be so dumb and gullible and don't even have a clue how your worst enemy is sitting at the table, eating with you, drinking with you. Let me tell you something. These hating females will be cool with your mama. They'll be cool with your daddy. And the whole time they plotting. Mocha, did they do a remake of that movie this year? It's also on YouTube, but I want to see the first one you're talking about. It's up there. Yeah, I think they probably did. What's up, Jay Smooth? I think they probably did do a remake, but I want y'all to check out the original. I want y'all to check out the original. The only one I remember them doing the remake of is The Death of a Cheerleader. And I remember they remade that. I don't recall them remaking The Killer Among Friends, but please check out the original, because the original is more on point. So the movie Killer Among Friends is based on a true story. Okay. It was a teenager by the name of Michelle Yvette, named Missy. Her family called her Missy Avilia, who was murdered in 1985 by her former best friends, who became rivals, Karen Severson and Laura Doyle, in October 1985. So keep in mind, this murder happened during the 80s, okay? So Miss Avilia would have been 54 today had her friends, not her so-called best friends, not murdered her. Okay, so this is what happened. Michelle grew up in Arleta, Los Angeles, and Michelle and Karen Severson had been friends since they were 8 years old. The two girls began to grow apart when they entered San Fernando High School. Severson reportedly grew jealous of Avila because she was considered more popular and attractive. Severson was also upset because Avila began spending less time with her, opting to spend her time with boys. Severson later started a rumor that Avila had been having sex with various boys. Now I'm going to pull this up, y'all. I'm gonna share it with you because I know a lot of y'all don't even know this person who I'm talking about. So I'm gonna pull up her picture. I'm gonna share it because I want y'all to be able to see the young lady that I'm talking about, y'all. Okay, so let me put in her name. All right, so okay, so this is so I'm gonna get ready to share her picture because I want y'all to know who she is. Okay, all right, I'm gonna just use this picture here. I think it's the most decent one. Okay, so let me go to share. Thanks, Jay, for another 10. Thank you. Oops, I ain't been posting y'all comments. My bad. Thank you. I just got my niece from going on a girls' trip, the Hawaii cabin trip. Oh, heck no. Yeah, at this point in time, it's sad, but you can't even let your niece, your daughter, go nowhere with their friends, man. It's sad, yo. It's real terrible. So I'm going to present, I'm going to share her, okay, with y'all. All right. So this is the young lady that I'm talking about who was murdered, y'all, by her two best friends back in 1985, Michelle Avilia. So this is what happened, y'all. Basically, Michelle and her two best friends, you know how it is, when y'all been friends since elementary, once you go to high school, y'all start developing, you getting titties now, you getting ass now, you getting the boys now, you know what I mean? So things start to change over the years. And what ended up happening was Michelle here ended up becoming very popular with the guys in high school. All of the guys was checking for her because, at the time during the 80s, she was that it girl. You get what I'm saying? I know y'all can't see that now, but back in the 80s, look, consider the time frame, okay? Back in the 80s, Miss Michelle here was that it girl, okay? All right. So what ended up happening was she started kind of like um pulling back from the friendship because she's going transitioning into adolescence, she's getting into boys and stuff, so she ain't been kicking it with her friends like she used to back when they were in middle school or whatever. So anyway, Saracen later started a rumor that Avila had been having sex with various boys. Now keep in mind, I'm gonna pull up the girls that had something to do with her murder. These are the two here. These are the two girls here that had something to do with her murder. These was her two, supposedly. Yeah, she murdered her best friend. So no, actually, this lady right here, this girl, I'm sorry, this girl here, this is Michelle. Okay, that is the young lady who was murdered. This is her best friend who's now a grown woman still living to this day right here. She murdered her best friend when they were teenagers. Okay? All right? So, what ended up happening was her own friend at the time started spreading rumors that she was sleeping with various guys because that she was jealous, hating on her. So her bestie supposedly spread rumors. As a result of that, Avila was beaten up by a group of girls who accused her of sleeping with their boyfriends. So coincidentally, she had already been physically assaulted because her hating ass best friend in the photo with her, smiling, acting like, we're not really smiling, but she even looks evil in the picture, like she has a motive. So she started spreading the rumors and caused Michelle to get physically attacked by the other girls at the school. For supposedly they believed the rumor that she spread it that she was sleeping with all their boyfriends. So anyway, during the girl's junior year in high school, Avila began dating a boy named Randy. Avila broke the relationship off a month due to Randy's constant partying. Shortly after the breakup, Severson and Randy began a friend relationship and eventually moved into an apartment together. So, what happened was the low common denominator best friend who wasn't that cute, who wasn't that popular, um, she started dating from I can see Avelia broke the relationship off a month after the concert. So what happened was her best friend was going with the guy, the popular, the prettier one. She was going with the guy named Randy, right? She broke up with Randy because Randy was being a playboy. You know how that go. Her low key hating behind got with Randy. Okay, she was already out of pocket, getting with her best friend's ex-man or whatever. She already violated girl code. But anyway, so she was so thirsty and desperate because remember, she's not the pretty girl. She's not part of the it girl factor. Okay, so she was so thirsty, she got with her supposedly bestie's ex-man Randy, and she even moved in an apartment with him. Okay, so Severson, low key, low budget, unpopular friend, um, later told Avilia's mother, Irene, that she once witnessed Randy pulling Avilia onto his lap. So supposedly, the jealous friend told her best friend's mother that she saw her best friend sitting on her man's lap. Okay. So Avilia told Randy she was not interested in rekindling their relationship and advised Severson to break up with Randy. So what happened was the ugly friend who got with her bestie's ex-boyfriend, the boyfriend tried to hit back on her again because evidently she's the prettier girl. And what happened was, as a friend, she called herself going and telling the girl, look, you need to leave that jerk alone. He ain't no good, girl. He up here, he tried to get me to sit on his lap. I'm telling you, he's not good for you. He's still trying to talk to me. I think you might want to leave that dude alone. So instead of her taking it like, okay, my friend looking out for me and letting me know the dude is a herb, she actually got mad with her and flipped the script on her and said, oh no, I know what you did. You was flirting with him. You was, shashaying your ass in front of him, especially a low common denominator bitch. You can't tell her nothing about her man because she already knows she's down on her luck and she can't get a man anyway. So the moment anybody, even her best friend, comes back to her and has something to say to her, she automatically going to get offensive like, oh no, I know that's not my man. It's something you did. So what happened was, and this is what happened in the movie, y'all. That's why I want y'all to check out the movie. What happened was she got mad with her best friend, okay? And it angered her and she stopped talking to her. That's hoes for you. That's why I don't mess with these hoes out here. So anyway, 10 days before Avilia's death, the two got into a physical altercation in a neighborhood park. According to witnesses, Severson threatened Avilia with a broken beer bottle and then pushed her and slapped her. So I'm not going to read every little thing, but if y'all check out the movie, y'all will see the same thing that happened with Shaquella Robinson is the same thing that kind of happened to this young lady here, Michelle Avilia, years ago. They invited her out to do to have a girls day out, or to do, spend girls time or whatever, hang out. They invited that girl knowing the whole time they was going to kill her. And if you watch the movie, you'll see in the movie, even after her and her friend stopped talking because of the no good damn boyfriend, they supposedly made amends and decided to let it go. So that's what Michelle thought. The whole time, this trick here had a vengeance. She never got over the fact that her boyfriend wanted her best friend. And instead of her accepting the fact you the low common denominator female, she got mad and held grudges all that time. And knowing she was still in her feelings about the fact that her no good ass man still wasn't her best friend that was more attractive than her and more prettier than her. Not only that, she's such a coward, y'all. She ain't had the balls, to physically fight Michelle by herself. She had to bring her other low common denominator friend who also joined in the murder. So this is what happened. I'm gonna give y'all the short version. So what happened was they lied to Michelle, which is right here, made it seem like, girl, we good. We gonna let bygones be bygones. You know, we friends. We're not gonna let this dude come between us. Blah blah blah. So they invite her out saying, girl, let's go to the park, let's go kick it, let's go spend some time together. And Michelle, having a good heart that she did, not thinking her friends had any ill intentions, she left her mother's house, told her mom, you know, I'm going out, you know, with my friends. And her mama, you know, ain't saw nothing wrong with it because all these girls grew up together. See their childhood pictures and shit. That's why I say history don't mean nothing. I don't care if you knew a whole 20 years ago. Friendship don't mean nothing. Okay? I don't care if y'all go way back like bell bottoms and afros. These hoes be holding grudges the whole time. And you don't even think nothing of it. So anyway, so the girl Michelle went and she met her friends at the park, and neither did she know that was going to be her last day of ever living. She had no clue that her besties, which is these two rotten ass apples here, low hanging fruit, they had already plotted and planned they was going to beat up and attack her. That's what happened. They got her to the park, isolated by herself, being the vultures that they are. They waited till this girl was by herself. She had no backup, nobody there to protect her. These two vultures right here, okay? So they all at the park in the same incident. If you check out the movie, you're going to see it play out in the movie the same way. She's discombobulated because she thinking, you know, they in a better place with their friendship. She's not thinking this broad here still burnt and hurt about the boyfriend. She ain't thinking about that. So when they at this park, well, the park has like a lake and it has like a little river, and all of a sudden out the blue, this bitch just flips on her. Yeah. This one here, this ugly one here. Yeah. I know you ain't never been no friend. You always wanted my man and da. Just like what happened with Shaquella Robinson. When Shaquella Robinson went to Mexico thinking they was going to have a good time, they were just going to hang out, just enjoy themselves. She ain't thinking the whole time these bras she going on this trip with, they plotting. They getting her in his environment to have her alone where they know she's going to be totally defenseless. That's what these hoes here did. Okay? They got this girl to this park, knowing she wasn't going to have no family, she wasn't going to have no friends, nobody to back up, right? So they get her there, they flip the script on this girl, bringing up old shit, you know what I'm saying, that she didn't even think was an issue no more. So the girl is like shocked, like, what? What's going on? I thought we was good. I thought everything was cool. So basically, they both got together. They beat this girl down. Now this is happening. They pulling her hair, punching her, boxing her. Now, mind you, two of them was attacking her at the same time. It was her by herself and two of them. Now, the other thing to this too is that there was another female that was there. There was a third female that was there, okay? But these was the only two who did the actual physical fighting, okay? The other girl was the other girl was caught off guard because she didn't know that they were going to beat up Missy like that, okay? The third girl is the one that's going to end up snitching on them later on down the line and telling the investigators that the both of them did it. So that's how the both of them end up getting caught, because the third girl that was there is going to end up snitching because her conscience just couldn't take it. So they beat up this girl, pull her hair, punch her, grab her, and then they push her in the river. And when they pushed her in the river, they stuck her head in the water, forcing her to drown. Both of these hoes did it together. They put her face, literally buried it in the river, the water of the river, and caused her to drown. And after she drowned and they realized she couldn't breathe, they put a big ass log over her. And she stayed there the whole night, couple of days, lifeless, with a big ass log that's the size of a damn like them logs they keep on the back of the trucks or whatever. Big old log they left on top of this girl's body. These hoes went home peacefully, acting like they ain't did nothing. Okay, so I say all that to say this. The same thing happened similarly with Shaquella Robinson. They knew all the time. They had already discussed that. Details are still very vague with the Shaquella Robinson situation, y'all. The details are still very vague, but we pretty much all could pretty much assume that this was already planned. You don't just decide to whip somebody ass out the blue once they go to Mexico. Now I'm not going to play the video, but for those who have seen it, you can just see that this girl was trying everything she could not to fight. She was trying to defuse the situation, but this wildebeest has so much hate built in her towards this girl that she just kept physically beating her and beating her and beating her. She would not let up because that's just how long her jealousy and anger had built up throughout the whole duration of that friendship. Okay, so anyway, this is basically what has happened. So both of these two women have a very similar situation, but this is my thing here. This is the reason why it's very imperative that you as a woman, you have to read in between the lines when you're dealing with a shady ass female. There's little things that you have to pay attention to. You have to observe because it's not big shit. A female ain't got to do some real outrageous, they don't have to do anything really outrageous like sleeping with your man, or stealing money out your purse. Yeah, we know things, something like that. You'll definitely see a person for who they are, but it's the little things that you have to pay attention to. So I'm gonna exit out of this right quick, y'all. I just kind of wanted to show y'all that it's the little things you got to pay attention to when it comes to these females. Again, I've had my share of friendship with females, and as I stated before, it's the little stuff you got to pay attention to. Little things like when you have something good going for you, like if you just got a new job, a new car, or you got a new promotion, you got to pay attention to how these females respond to you when you have something good going for you. You tell them good news and they don't act that excited. Not to say that a female got to be doing cartwheels every time you got something great to share with her, but it's the low-key insults. Like, look how long. Wow, they just now promoting you and you done been there 30 years. Oh, girl, you got your new car? How you gonna afford that? You got you a new job? Well, how much that job paying you? That job ain't paying you no money. You got to pay attention when these broads be doing that low-key dissing. Like insulting you, downgrading and trying to like knock your hustle, but they doing it like low-key. You got to pay attention to stuff like that. I see y'all comments. I'm trying to make sure I get it up there. Those are the type of women who manipulate their girlfriend into being with a guy they may not be good for her. All the while she's jealous and trying to destroy her every way. Terrible. Absolutely, Jay Smooth. A lot of proof of that. That's a lot of truth to that. You have a lot of females that are just that conniving. They will tell you, especially when you confide in them and you tell them about your relationship or your marriage. That's why I don't tell females about my marriage. I don't tell females about stuff that personally goes on into my household because these females will use it to their advantage, especially if they see you have something that they want. Because I'm gonna tell you something, ladies, you may not feel very valuable. As women, we all have areas in our lives in which we don't feel like we have accomplished a lot. But for every failure for everything you may feel that you have failed in, there's always some broad that's low-key hating on you. What you feel is failure in their minds, they feel like you have progressed. You may not feel like you're pretty enough, but in her mind, she feeling like you're prettier than her. You may feel like your man ain't all of that because your man don't make a lot of money, but in her mind, she's looking at your man like, oh my goodness, if I can get a dude like that. In other words, everything you think you're struggling in, there's a female who wishes to have what you have. Who desires what you have. So you got to be very careful with how much information you share with these type of female you share with these females, because these females are just so grimy. Only have 2 friends now. I don't blame you, Blue Devil. Less is best. Why jump the girl with no clothes on? Yeah, well, this just goes to show you the level of hate. They first of all, they was already recording this young lady getting physically assaulted. They was already recording that. Okay, so whenever somebody is recording you getting attacked, it's one thing if you randomly walking down the street and you get in a fight, or because we get it, everybody wants that world star moment. People will pull out their cameras and if they see a fight go down somewhere. But the fact that all of them were friends and going on this trip together, and one of them in the clique had the audacity, I don't care if it was a male or a female, either way they was wrong. This supposed to be a trip for y'all to enjoy together as friends. Y'all actually have the audacity to record this incident. Okay? Not only are you recording it, you wait till the girl is naked. This goes to show y'all how much hate this girl was surrounded around. This girl, listen, Miss Robinson was surrounded by pythons, cobras, anacondas, whatever other snakes you could think of. She did not know the whole time she was catching flights with a bunch of damn snakes. What's up, Ishmael? That's what I'm saying. She was the boss, like Blue Devil said, had her own business. She paid for the trip. Let me tell you something. One of my pastors told me, people can invite you and fight you. Females are so conniving, they will go somewhere with you knowing they don't like you. Females are so conniving, they'll invite you to their shit knowing they don't like you. They'll invite you not because they like you, they just want to stunt and flex. Females will invite you to their baby showers knowing they don't like your ass, but they know you got money and you gonna buy something for their soon-to-be child. That's how low, that's how low these females are out here. They'll invite you if they know you got money, or it's all about they trying to stunt and flex, or they trying to use you. Listen, females, a female abroad could be friends with you and not even like you, but she'll still use you. Me, if I don't like you, I don't even want to use you. I don't want you paying for my meal. I don't want you doing my hair. I don't want nothing from you if I don't like you. But you got some females so grimy. They'll take favors from you and don't even like you. Listen, some females so grimy, they'll keep your kids and don't even like you. Young lady did that, last year, whatever. Let her friend keep her baby. Her friend killed her. He powed her, hurt her child. These same bras that'll be sitting to your table, eating with you, going to the clubs with you, going on trips with you. They could be sitting hanging out with you and your family, smiling in your mama face, smiling in your daddy face, and hate your guts all the while. That's how low a lot of these females are. And the bad part is you're not going to know how low a broad is until the grits hit the fan. Long as things are going sweet, long as y'all going out to eat together, y'all going out to have drinks together, y'all going on trips together, you don't see the smoke. But the moment you have a conflict or fallout with one of these bitches, you will see all the poisonous venom. You will see how abroad, you will see how they really feel about you once there's conflict that arises, once there's a disagreement, or once one of y'all, once you get to a place in which you elevate and she doesn't, you're going to see what kind of female she is. Mark my word, you're not going to see these females for who they are, long as you spending money on them, long as you putting them on. And it's no different with these YouTube streets. I've seen so many females in these YouTube streets do platforms together, do live streams together. I know females who done been doing live streams for years together, taking turns on each other's platforms. Females having a damn fuckery festivities where they all on the platforms and the live streams just dragging the hell out of other females. Dragging the hell out of females that both of them don't like. Having 2-3 hour live streams, airing all their enemies, the common enemies, dirty laundry. And one thing a lot of people have to understand, always, and I can't stress this more than enough, watch how a female folds on another female when the friendship has expired. Always watch how a female responds. Watch her character when things go left in her friendship. I don't pay attention to what females say. I pay attention to what females do. And when I see how you fold on somebody that was a friend of yours, where you airing on her dirty laundry, where you telling everybody, I had to help this bitch pay her light bill, I had to help this bitch pay her water bill. Or they sit up there, they tell your personal relationship. Her baby daddy be whipping her ass and she still be fucking that nigga. She a dumbass bitch. But the whole while when this woman was friends with you and crying on your shoulder, you was holding her and comforting her. Girl, I understand. I've been there. I know how niggas are. Girl, don't let it break your spirit. You a strong woman. These bitches will build you up, and baby, won't you make them mad? Girl, listen. All that python venom is coming out. They're coming out with them claws. That's why I don't trust any of these bras. I don't trust them in these YouTube streets either, because I see how they folded on other women they was down with once upon a time. Then when the friendship fold, they want to sit up there and talk about how no good. They want to exploit everything that person ever went through. To me, just because you and a person fall out, It does not mean that all bets are off where you can just go exploiting and telling each other secrets. That to me, that's some low down, that's some low down hood rat, like below the belt. You know what I mean? If I fall out with a female, everything you ever told me, I'm not gonna get on my platform and air it out to several thousands other people, all because you folded. You know why? Because I have enough confidence as a woman that I know that people gonna see you for the snake that you are. I ain't got to go around exploiting and damn trying to recruit a hating campaign against you, because a snake gonna always be a snake. I don't have to go around doing platforms. Listen, let me tell you the other thing, y'all. When you see these broads are becoming friends with the enemies of their friends, oh hell no. I want no parts of you. When I see you being friends with your old best friend enemy, nah, come on. There's nothing a woman can say to make that shit make sense. I don't care what a female did. There's nothing you can say to justify you all of a sudden you want to be friends with your ex-friend enemy. Because that shows you a sore loser. You can't take the L. If you know you was a bomb-ass friend, a good friend, a genuine friend, you ain't got to sit up there and exploit a bitch. You ain't got to sit up there and damn recruit her enemies to be friends with you. You know what I'm saying? Because you already know you had good intentions. You know what I mean? And in the end, your genuineness is gonna speak for itself. If she been a snake all along, guess what? She gonna continue to be a snake. You don't have to get a snake mode by slithering with her enemies. You got to remember, once upon a time, you know what I'm saying? Y'all was friends. That's a violation of the code. Even when my woman's girlfriends, I've noticed sneaky things they do. Some would sleep with me behind my girl's back. If I allowed it to happen, as long as I kept a distance, I have a better view. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. It's that low, listen, it's not the big stuff. It's that low-key snake shit. They do it everywhere. Y'all out having drinks together. Y'all going to concerts together. Y'all kids calling each other auntie. And we fall out. We have a disagreement. You comfortable with exploiting everything I ever told you in secrecy during the friendship. Anytime I see females move like that, I don't want to be their friend, because that lets me know, shit, you do it to me. It's common sense. Watch how these females move with other females. I'm telling you, I had a friend like that. This from personal experience. I had a friend who I'm no longer friends with, by the way. I saw how she treated other females when shit didn't go her way. I remembered this broad had a falling out with one of her ex-friends, whatever the time, and she felt so comfortable telling me, yeah, I ought to get that bitch fired. Listen, ladies, pay attention to stuff like that. If another female, if one of your friends coming to you and telling you about what they gonna do to another female, that's a red flag right there. This broad was up here telling me what she was gonna do to another female. I ought to get that bitch fired. I ought to call defects and make that bitch lose her kids. I'ma invite her out to my birthday party so I could rag on this bitch. I would sit there and pay attention to how she found so much joy in trying to harm another female. And even though I was friends with her at the time, but you know, I'm older, I know better. the mature me, I hear female say, if I hear a female now say what shit she'll do to another female, I ain't even fucking with you like that. Word up. But the 23, the 34-year-old in me at the time, the 35-year-old in me at the time, I didn't know any better. So when she was up here saying what she would do to another female, I didn't forget it, but I should have abandoned the friendship. But in my mind, I'm thinking she not going to do that to me. But see, the 43-year-old me today knows better. But the 34-year-old female I was at that time, I didn't know any better. So she's up here, and let me tell you something. When another female is comfortable telling you how she'll fuck another female over, you better pay attention to that, because I'm telling you it's going to happen to you, because it happened with me. Now I'm listening to her talk about how she can destroy this female, what she can do to this female. Me and her, later on down the line, started having issues in our friendship. And this is, like I said, it's the little key word. I'm gonna type it in my chat because I want y'all to get this. I'm gonna repeat this over and over and over till y'all get it. Because listen, y'all, we're going into 2023. And as women, in order for you to do better, you got to know better. And men, y'all got to be careful too, because you got a lot of Negroes out here that's on that little snake shit. That's so over the years, I just started noticing in her character little snake shit. Yes, yep. Actually, 43. I just turned 43 November 7th. Everybody who's coming in the chat, I'm talking about envious women become vultures in friendship after the death of Shaquella Robinson. And I shared a story of another young lady who passed in 1985 by the name of Avila. I forgot her name, y'all. I forgot her name. Let me go back. Michelle Avilia, who was murdered by her two best friends back in 1985. Again, I want y'all to check out the movie, Killer Among Friends, to let you know how low and hateful these females will go. Be sitting in your face, eating your food, smiling with your mama, smiling with your daddy. And as soon as you become vulnerable, they become like vultures. They will devour you at your most defenseless moment. So let me tell you what this broad did. I just started paying attention to the low key, because some of us are very humble. And one thing about it, when you're a humble person, people that are humble, people that are laid back, like I'm a laid back chick. I'm laid back. I'm cool as fuck. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool to vibe with. As long as you good, I'm good. I'm a chill type of girl. Okay? Chill people, we are often mistaken as slow. If that makes sense to anybody in the chat. Most chilled, laid back, cool, calm, collective. Like, I'm not a rowdy chick. I'm not a chick that's always on red pill mode. You know what I mean? I ain't always on 1,000. You know what I mean? I'm a laid back. You got to really do something to get me to that point, to where I'm just like emptying my clip. You got to do something, like, you know what I mean? But laid back people, we all mistaken as slow. If you're a laid back person, trust and believe somebody think you slow. They think you simple. They think you don't know nothing, because you're not always in pit bull mode. Like, yeah. I'ma F him up, and yeah. You got some people that's always overly animated, always. I ain't with that. You know what I mean? I ain't with all that. I'm a laid back chick. You know what I'm saying? Laid back people gonna think you slow, cause you ain't always on 10. You know. So so anywho, I just started noticing she was mistaking my meekness for weakness. And it was little snake shit. Like for instance, one time she cause me and her we both had worked at the same job at the time. And like I said, we would go out, have drinks, people do what girlfriends do, stuff like that. And she had a daughter. She had one daughter at the time, and she had wanted me to donate to her daughter's I guess she was selling popcorn or something that has some type of fundraiser. So she wanted me to donate, she asked me if I could donate. And I'm like, shoot, I ain't got no problem with that. She I gave her like, I think like $20 for a bucket of a tin can of popcorn or whatever, a big old tin can of caramel popcorn. So I noticed it had been about 2-3 weeks and I didn't hear nothing about the order. She ain't never come back and say nothing to me, right? And I'm like, I ain't hard up for no money or nothing, no popcorn or nothing. But I'm like, damn, it's been a minute. She ain't say nothing to me yet. And I'm thinking, well, maybe she forgot, And I brings it up to her, and I'm like, yo, T, did you did the order ever come in? Oh, girl, yeah, girl, they messed up and said they were short on they were short on supplies, and they wasn't able to give me the order, so I just went ahead and considered it as a donation. I'm like, really? Really? And I'm not tripping off the popcorn. I'm tripping off the fact that the inconsideration of you wasn't even, woman enough to tell me that. You wasn't even considerate enough to tell me, okay, well, Mocha, this is what happened, blah, blah, blah. And, I would have let her keep it up as a donation. But that was the first sign. Slowly but surely, I started noticing she was becoming more comfortable with disrespecting me. And I think that's an issue that a lot of women have. We allow females to get comfortable with disrespecting us. And there's more than one way for a female to disrespect you. Female ain't just got to disrespect you by sleeping with your man or calling you the B word, something like that. Just saying she gonna do shit and don't fall through. And doing it all the time. That's disrespect. Saying stuff out her mouth. Now, other things this chick would do, right? Like, for instance, like you talking to your homeboy, you talking to your homegirl, and you telling them something about another person you don't get along with. Like, man, let me tell you what happened. I got into it with this person on my job, blah, blah, blah. Now, I'm up here as a friend. I'm telling her about this other person. This broad would have the audacity to defend the other person I was telling her about. I'm like, what in the world? For instance, like, I'll use one of y'all in chat room. Like, for instance, let's say me and Blue Devil, we friends. And I'm going, to her, and I'm saying, this was going on. I got into it with this guy on the job, and he up here, he knew he was supposed to do this before he leave, and he didn't even do it before he left, and I got stuck doing it. She gonna sit up there and say, well, girl, you should have just went along with it. Why is you tripping? I mean, maybe he has something to do. She was just doing like a lot of low-key like bullshit that I'm like, you know what, I can't deal with it. I can't deal with it. And my final straw, and I done shared the story 1,000 times, but my final straw was when she had invited me to an event of hers, and she said that her sister was going to pay for everybody and cover everybody food. Now, I already felt funny when she told me her sister was going to pay for everything, because her and her sister don't even get along like that. Her and her sister have a very competitive relationship. So when she told me her sister was going to pay for everything, I already didn't feel right going. But I'm like, okay, whatever. So anyway, goes to the event. Everybody eating, having drinks, having a good time. And when the bill comes to the table, her sister's supposed to pay for everybody's meal. Her sister all of a sudden can't find her debit card. Her sister can't find her debit card. So she up here playing crazy. She looking through her purse. She done went to her car, check them and see, acting like she don't know where her damn credit card is. And she waited till we order all this food to pull it. But, you know, I ain't never been one. I don't depend on nobody. So I already have my own money. So I covered my own food. You know what I mean? And so did the other ladies. But we felt some type of way because y'all gave us the memo months ago that y'all was going to cover everything. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, whatever. So anyway, when the waiter comes to the table, right, and her sister can't supposedly find her card, I guess her phone was dead at the time. Her phone was dead, so she asked me if she could borrow my phone so she could go to use her bank app on my phone. So I said, okay, cool. So she gets the phone, and I'm thinking, you know, she's using the app so she could transfer money to her card. That way she could pay for everybody's meal. Because mind you, this her event. She invited us. We didn't beg. We didn't ask her to come. None of that. So what ended up happening was this broad going to transfer money in her account. And guess what the hell she does? She transfers the money, and she only pays for her and her sister. She didn't pay for none of the guests who she invited, who she all told that she was going to cover everybody. What's up, single fathers? Good to see you. That's how low she was. So anyway, what ended up happening was, I said, okay, maybe she's embarrassed because of what her sister did. You know, I'm still up here trying to give her a benefit of the doubt, because that's how good-hearted people, that's how we get screwed over. We always try to give people the benefit of the doubt. You always try to look at more than one way. You always be trying to sympathize with people. Good people, that's how we get screwed over. We always trying to understand people. Okay? So I'm up here trying to understand. I'm like, all right, maybe she embarrassed because her sister didn't come through. You know, I'm thinking maybe, you know what I mean? She didn't have enough money because she was prepared for her sister to pay everything. So I ain't thinking nothing of it, right? So anyway, we pay. Everybody pay for their own food. And we leave. And when I got home that evening, I'm thinking she probably was going to call and check on me, which she didn't. So I didn't hear from her the next day or the following day. So I'm already looking at it sideways, because I'm like, after that incident, when your sister didn't come through and pay for everybody, you should at least apologize. I'm looking for an apology. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for some type of empathy. Like, I mean, at least play it off like, girl, I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe my sister did that. She just didn't say shit about it. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe when she comes back to work, she'll say something. So she comes back to work 2 days later. I'm thinking it's just me and her now. Maybe now she'll feel comfortable and she'll say something about it. She would not address it. She acted like it did not even happen. She acted like it didn't even happen. Okay? So I knew right then and there, I said, you know what? This female has disrespected me multiple times throughout this friendship. It is time for me to exit. Whenever a female in any friendship has disrespected you multiple times, that's a red flag. Being inconsiderate, not apologizing when she did something wrong, little stuff like that, or there's an issue, she's playing it off and acting like it ain't an issue and won't address it. You don't want to be friends with somebody like that, because if they could ignore the little shit, what's going to happen when y'all have some big shit come up? The right thing to do was to pull you to the side and ask first. That's what I'm saying. I really thought I was going crazy in that situation. I asked like 30 people, what am I wrong for feeling that way? Everybody was like, no, no, no. She should have told you. She should have asked, she should have at least asked you, made sure you were straight. What if I wouldn't have came there with no money? But mind you, Cash App and Zelle, that shit was not available then. People had to actually bring your money to you. So for her to sit up here and say she was going to pay for me and pay for all the ladies to eat and for your sister to not have the money, good thing I brought my own money because my husband would have to drive all the way from where he was to bring me the money to cover my food. That's what I'm saying. So anyway, at that point, the friendship just went down. And I'm not going to explain every goddamn thing she did wrong because I don't want to bore y'all with all of that. But the friendship continued to get worse. When you start seeing red flags, it's time for you to jump ship. You can't keep making excuses and condoning somebody else's behavior because sometimes the problem with having a good heart is you really want to see the good in people. You want to see the good in people. You really don't want to believe that some people are just fucked up. It got nothing to do with you being a good man or a good woman. You got some people, they just don't know how to receive your kindness. They don't know how to receive it because they got so much evil in them. When somebody's being kind, they don't even know how to embrace it correctly. You get what I'm saying? Some people don't know how to embrace your kindness. They take your meekness for weakness, your kindness for weakness. And that's what she did. And it continued to spiral and spiral and spiral and spiral. So what happened was I stopped talking to her. Because I get to a point when somebody has done me in multiple times, I cannot pretend with you. I cannot act like you didn't do me in. I have to abort the mission. And I didn't do it messy. I didn't do like these new school bitches do. See, these bras today, when they get mad, they want to go on social media and post your whole goddamn life story. These bras today, when they get mad, they want to do 2, 3, 4 hour live streams, dragging your name through the mud, talking about your dog, talking about your husband, talking about your cat, talking about what kind of cereal you eat, talking about how many bills you behind on. See, I didn't operate like that. When the friendship didn't work out, I went on about my goddamn business. I don't care what you told me, what we've been through. I'm not going to expose it because my thing is the friendship is over. It's done. And we're not going to drag it out by exploiting one another. Be a grown woman. Go your way. I go mine. That's it. I'm not with that extra messy fuckery. I don't participate in fuckery festivities. I don't participate in female fuckery festivities because that's all it is. It's female fuckery festivities. Okay. So I stopped talking to the broad. Now, mind you, we was working at the same place together at the time. Stop talking to her. She got mad when I stopped talking to her. I could see if I was telling your business. I could see if you caught me with your man. She got mad because I stopped talking to her. These females would get mad when you stop effing with them. So I'm like, damn if I do, damn if I don't. If I sit here and tolerate your disrespect, I'ma get mad. But if I walk away and leave you alone, you're gonna get mad. What the hell? So anyway, she got mad when I stopped talking to her. And her whole demeanor started changing once she saw I was no longer participating in the female fuckery festivities with her. So what happened was she became so paranoid because silence makes people paranoid. People don't know which direction you're going when you're silent. But see, these females today, they don't know how to move in silence. They tell everything. I'ma fuck that bitch up. I'ma fuck her man. I'm a snitch on. I'ma tell deep facts that she don't be having no food in her house again. These bras so damn dumb today. They let you know what the hell they gonna do before they do it. These bras is trifling, bro. That's why I don't mess with these bras in these YouTube streets. I don't do it. I had one bad experience with one female in these YouTube streets, and it took one time for me. It took one time for me. That's why I don't do panels like I used to. I done shut all that down. You can't do nothing with these broads no more. They find a way to sabotage it every time. You can't do panels with them no more. You know what I'm saying? Women used to all can get together and have a conversation. You can't even do it. These females be holding grudges. They be mad about shit. You don't even know what the hell they mad about. And females are so weak-minded, they get offended about dumb shit. Oh, you ain't talked to me in 2 days. You acting funny. Bitch, what you mean I'm acting funny because I ain't talked to you in 2 days? First of all, I have a husband, I have a daughter, I have a life. Some of these females get so possessive, they act like you they man. Like they you know, they start acting like it's a LBGQ relationship or whatever. Females get possessive because you ain't talking to them every day. She acting funny. She acting funny. Cause they ain't talking to you for 2 days. They feel like you acting funny. Who's to say I'm acting funny? Maybe I'm going through my own personal stuff, and I'm just not the type of female. I'm not gonna lay all my problems out on the table. Not for you to go back and run your mouth and tell other women when you get mad with me. Hell no. Ain't no black sisterhood single fathers. It's just straight hood. Ain't no sisterhood. It's straight hood. And these bitches ain't no good. That's what it is. Yes, I'm saying it. I'm letting my inner Kiki out tonight, y'all. Cause I'm tired of these females with they maliciousness. We done lost another young black woman who was trying to be an entrepreneur, trying to make a difference throughout the world. And some hating helpers went on a trip with this girl in Mexico that she paid for, and they took her life. They had the audacity to lie to her people about it. Now the FBI is finally getting involved because not only y'all lied, but they have footage of this female being brutally attacked while she's naked. These type of things happen all the time. And the thing is, a lot of females don't want to address it. A lot of these females are so miserable, they stay on 1,000. They be mad about personal bullshit and they'll take it out in a friendship. They could be mad because they ain't getting enough dick. They could get mad because niggas ain't checking for them. They get mad because they child support ain't came on. All this dumb personal stuff, they bring it into the friendship. And hold all that anger, and the moment there's a falling out or a disagreement, they taking it out on you. Single says, this the bullshit women do to each other, and then they wonder why men complain about their choices. Absolutely. I mean, it's a harsh reality, but men from a distance observe and notice this all the time. Men notice and pay attention to how women drag each other, do each other in, and that is why men have a hard time complimenting women when they talk about this empowerment bullshit. I'm not with the empowerment because I've seen women who speak empowerment and fold on their friends, fold on their crew. Ain't no empowerment. The only person I try to empower is my damn self. I'm not trying to be recruited with none of these females in these spaces, with none of these females on their channels, their platforms, their panels. I'm not in the mix of doing that because these females, they fold on each other regularly. And then when they fold, they want to divest or they want to go now. They want to go in the manosphere spaces and all. I can't bubble. I just can't mix with these women. I can't mix with them. Cause you never know what direction they gonna go, especially when the grits hit the fan. If she can't keep a friend, how the hell she gonna keep a man? Absolutely. The females have personal stuff. A lot. You have a lot of women that are walking around holding personal grudges. You got women that are like walking, ticking time bombs, and they look for opportunity for somebody to wrong them in their mind or do something to them, and they'll take all that personal anger and animosity and they'll dump that shit on anybody because it's called displaced anger. A lot of women are walking around here miserable and angry, and they're looking for somebody to make them mad so they could dump all their trash on them. You got a lot of women, they are walking grenades, angry all the time, mad all the time, offended all the time, waiting for somebody to piss them off. Yep, just salty and bitter like a pickle. Talk about men in red rage. You got a lot of these females in red rage. These females are red raging. Get mad if somebody don't speak to them. Get mad if you ain't invite them on the panel for 2 days. Get mad because you cool with another female that they ain't cool with. You got a lot of women that aren't women. They got the titties, they got the big titties, and they got the big ass, but they ain't got no brain. And a lot of them are so emotionally deprived. And the truth be told, a lot of them become so masculine, they don't become motionless. They act like they don't know when they doing too much. I've witnessed the most beastiest females, meaning nasty, bad attitude, bullies. I've experienced the most beastiest females humble themselves with a pookie. Get a pookie and will humble themselves. But walk around here like they miss Big Bad Wolf, but as soon as they get a pookie, they just as humble and docile. Only time some of these females are halfway right is if they getting some penis. And even then, some of them they act even more they act even more arrogant. You really can't tell them nothing. They get a man or get a piece of man. Her car broke down. Anything go kids bad as hell. Could just drive attitude on 10. Yeah, but make no mistake about it. See, a lot of the times it's this misconception that it's only women who got multiple kids. It's only women who are ugly, who are big, who are fat. Let me tell you something. These women around here who ain't got no kids, who ain't big, black, and fat, the ones that's half decent and attractive, their brains ain't all together either. A lot of them walk around here looking good, but their head gasket is blown. That's why some single women, they don't have kids because ain't no man crazy enough to give them one. He done saw how crazy her ass is, and he made sure he strapped it up good or he pulled out quick. He did one or the other because he saw she crazy. Some of these women got mama issues. You can't be friends with these broads. Listen, you can't, big red flag. You can't be, listen, this is another sign. Do not be friends with females who do not get along with their own family. Do not become friends with a female who does not get along with nobody in her family. If her own mama don't deal with her, her own sisters don't deal with her own daddy. Now, don't get me wrong. This doesn't apply for everybody. But when I'm saying, ain't no way nobody is not effing with you in the whole family unless something wrong with you. If her mama don't deal with her daddy, her sisters, she don't get along with nobody in her family, that's a red flag. You have a lot of sisters around here who done burnt bridges with a lot of family. So their mama don't F with them, their daddy, their sisters. So you have females that have to go and recruit friendships because they don't get along with they don't get along with women in their own family. So you have females who got bad blood with their family because maybe they use their family too much. They don't burn all their bridges. For whatever reason, you got females who got family who don't want nothing to do with them. So what they do is they go out here and they try to build a sisterhood or build a bond with other females to try to get them to replace the family that don't F with them like that. I don't mess with them who don't get along with their family. It's a reason your own mama don't talk to you. Your own daddy, your own brothers won't look out for you. You get in the bind. Your own sisters won't look out for you. Your mama put you out, want nothing to do with you. Why is that? Why is that? Oh, I like your profile picture, single fathers. JJ with the black Jesus. I remember that episode. These are red flags. If I know a female has all kind of beef with people in her family, you don't want to vibe with females who don't get along with nobody in her family. Why is that? Why is it? Why is it her mama never keep her kids? Why is it her daddy never, want to do nothing for her? It's a reason for that. That's another red flag. Another thing you have to pay attention to is, like I said, you have to pay attention to the current circumstances that a female is in. Some females, when they're in their worst state and their current situation is not that pleasant, many cases they are miserable. And as the saying goes, misery likes company. You got some females, who just at a stage in their life where they're not doing too well. They financially not making no money, or either they're not in a relationship, they want to be in a relationship with somebody and they're not in a relationship, or they moving from house to house, or they going from job to job. You got to pay attention to stuff like that. A woman that's very unstable, it's very hard to maintain a good friendship with women that are unstable. Women who don't have their shit together. These are the females who's always complaining or moping. Oh, I got to move again. I got to get another apartment. They're changing apartments every 2-3 months, breaking leases. Just always in a bind. Always got shit going on. Always losing a job. I mean, don't get me wrong. We all fall on hard times, but you just got some women out here that are straight irresponsible. Got multiple kids from multiple men. And you know what? You have females, they'll sit up there and be friends with somebody that's the opposite of them and jealous of them. She not married, but she hating on you because you married. Or you got kids and she can't have none, or whatever, whether if it's at fault or maybe there's something medically wrong with her or something. She mad because you got kids and she can't have any. Or she's mad because you close to your family and she isn't. You listen, you will be surprised. You have women that are hating on other women for the most insignificant bullshit like you would never even imagine. In this day and age, you don't have to do something bad to another female for her to not like you. In friendship, You don't have to do something to a friend for her not to like you. You got women that are in friendships with women who they don't like. They just tolerating their ass because they need something or they envy something. What's up, Dollar Washer? You don't have to do anything major to a female in friendship for her not to like you. You got females who don't like you just because you light skin. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. That's been my problem with a lot of females. Not all, because I got some brown skinned sisters. That's my friend, and they genuine. We get along great. There's no hate amongst none of us. But I'm not gonna lie. Most of the problems I had with females have been darker females. I'm just gonna be straight up. I'm not trying to offend nobody up in this chat room. Most of the females that I fell out with in friendship it's been females darker than me. Straight up. No shade. No shade. Because you got some light-skinned females out there that's grimy too. Ain't no light-skinned women ain't no better than darker ones. But most females that I've had problems with were darker than me. You got some females that will hate on you because they're darker than you. You got females that hate on you because you're married and they're not. You got females that hate on you because of your personality. The fact that you just got guys who just like you because of your vibe, because of your aura. And she's not understanding, even though she wearing these tight ass jeans and she got these big ass titties, or she giving out all these blowjobs. She's not understanding why she's doing all this extra over the top stuff and men still ain't checking for her. But you ain't even got to do all this extra stuff and men just naturally gravitate towards you. You got some females like that. You got some females that try to out freak their friend, but niggas ain't respecting them. I had a friend that was like that. I had a friend before I got married and I was dating. She was very, very promiscuous. Very promiscuous. Not only was she promiscuous, she was older than me and she had kids. Now, at the time, I was in my youth. I had no kids. I was not married. So men was a little bit more drawn to me than it was to her. Now, keep in mind, she had been around the block. She was promiscuous. She already had a rep. And she's been with all kind of guys. So the problem was the neighborhood and where she lived, all of the dudes was too familiar with her. I, on the other hand, I ain't been with the guys in the neighborhood like that. So I was kind of like the new kid or whatever on the block or whatever. So, guys, they trying to size me up, trying to smell me out, trying to get in first, trying to get in where they fit in at. And she was jealous of that, not understanding that you had your time. You older than me. That's another thing. You got older women in friendship hating on younger women. Younger women have to be careful being friends with older women because older women, especially the bitter ones, they will give you a lot of negative advice that can cause you to lose out on getting a marriage, getting a relationship, because they know their time is already up. You got a lot of these older women that try to misguide younger women. Trying to teach younger women to be gold diggers. If you're friends with a female that's much older than you, you have to take her advice with a grain of salt, especially if she's been with multiple men, if she's on her third or fourth marriage, or hell, she might ain't even been married ever. A lot of these older women, they bitter and they tainted, and they want to taint you so you don't have an opportunity like they don't have any. So you have to also be careful with being in friendship with older women because a lot of them are older and bitter. And same thing with you guys out here, guys. Y'all got to be careful with these older guys trying to school you and teach you about women, because the truth is a lot of these older guys, they're bitter too because they know that the younger men are coming up in the game. They envy your youth, envy that you still got your shape, that you still got your youth, you got your stamina. And during their young days, when they had their youth and their stamina, they didn't make good. Sometimes you could play around, you could be a playboy too long, whore around too long, and here it is, you end up one of them old ass men in a nursing home, 70, dying alone with no wife. The only woman who can hold your hand while you're on your death dying bed is a damn registered nurse, a CNA nurse, because you don't have a wife. Got a lot of these older guys too. They bitter like some of these black women. They bitter, mad because the ship has sailed. They can't get it up no more. The only way they can get a woman interested in them, they got to kick out money because they old and dusty. Young women ain't even looking at them unless they kicking out some money. Just like you got some women who stay out there and play too long, and now she old and tired. Now she want to be somebody's wife. You got some men. Listen, I worked in a nursing home. I was a security officer. I worked in a nursing home with grown men who died alone because they've been a bachelor, been a playboy, hoeing, running through women for years and years and years and years. Too selfish to lock down with the right woman. Too selfish to lock in with a good woman. I ain't saying any woman. I'm talking about a good woman. To where you got to have a registered CNA wash your ass, wash your balls, wash your penis. Woman you don't know got to change your diaper, change your boo-boo. That's not even your wife. Know how many CNAs, RNs tell me about a lot of these older men that are bachelors who got millions and stuff laying in a deathbed and got no wife to come out there and visit them. No wife to sit with them. No wife to talk to their nurse to make sure the nurse is giving them the right medicine. Because y'all know how these nursing homes do. If they see you don't have family coming to check on you, you know these nurses, nurse staff, these nursing homes, they treat you all kind of way when they know you don't have family coming out there to check on you, to make sure they're doing right by you. Patients who have the less family, them the ones who get shitted on a lot. Know a lot of grown men who done played the game too long. I mean, I get it. If you comfortable not being married because you don't want to give a woman your all, or you letting too many men pollute you with these manosphere points of, fuck these bitches, be about your money, this and that. Come a point, you're going to get old. You're going to get old, and a lot of people don't prepare for the day and the time you're going to get old. I see these older men, and I look at their younger pictures and saw how fine they was back in the day. They was the ladies' man back in the day. And a nursing home drooling, dribbling out their mouth. A nurse got to wipe their mouth. A nurse got to wipe their ass. They ain't got their wife there doing it. I know men who died, had strokes, had heart attacks alone. No wife was there to revive them. Left this world not knowing if they was truly loved by a woman the right way. So if you go and play the game, be careful how you play the game, because the game can come back and play you. See men who get hurt and got to go to the hospital. Sir, who can we call? Who's your next of kin? Can't call a wife, he ain't got one. The man who findeth a wife findeth a good thing. Marriage is what you make it. And it's called having a spiritual discernment. Finding a woman that's going to be about you. That's going to make sure you good. I agree with that, Jace move. No offense to our parents, not all, but many baby boomers sabotage Gen X, and the snowball grew bigger with each generation. I absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. A lot of us did not get the best examples of marriage, of love, of companionship. So a lot of us, our perception of relationships is just so damn jaded. You probably was a young black woman growing up in a single mother household. You done seen men come in and out of your mother's apartment. You ain't seen nothing wrong with being a hoe because your mother was one. Every guy that came to the house, oh, this uncle. Had all these goddamn uncles that you never saw at a family reunion, that you never saw showed up to a cookout. But all of these are your uncles. But anyway, I know I'm digressing. I'm going all over the place. But I'm serious. It's a lot of envious ass women out here. They'll sit in the company of you the whole time, mad, angry. And like I said, these women be hating on simple stuff, hating on you because you lighter than them, hating on you because you making money and they ain't. I listen. I know women who hating on women who ain't got kids because they got kids. It's women who mad with women who don't have kids because women who don't have kids got a certain type of freedom. They could come and go as they want. They could do what they want. Woman with kids brag about how she's so happy to be a mother, but when her ass need a break or she want to get away, she mad and disgusted with the world. I'm telling you, a lot of these women, they be mad about the dumbest shit you could never even imagine. And you up there just as being friends with them, thinking they so cool to be around, and they mad with you. And you don't even know they mad with you. Hell, you got some women mad with a woman because she got a man who care about her. And she mad because she wish she had that. But what a lot of these women will do, what I notice, a lot of women, they will say the opposite of what they really feel. For instance, if a woman really wants to be married, she will say, girl, I'm glad I ain't married. I'm glad I ain't got nobody. Or if she really wants to have kids, she'll say, you know what? I'm glad I ain't got no kids. Or if she got too many goddamn kids and messed her life up, she'll be like, well, I'm glad I got my kids. My kids are my everything. Well, bitch, your kids is all you got. That's why your kids your everything. I can't stand when women brag. When they do all that extra bragging, it's to compensate for the shit they wish they had. A lot of them do that. Oh, girl, I don't need no man. I guess you don't. But you got 6, 7 kids, so you needed a man somewhere, even if it was for 5 minutes of getting laid. Don't kick all of that to me now because you bitter and you can't get what you want. And then some of these females, they'll make you feel bad about your own dreams, your own desires. What's up, sassy diva? They'll sit up there and make you feel bad about your own dreams. Girl, I would like to get married one day. Girl, bye. Ain't nobody got time for these niggas. Get married for what? For what? For what? These niggas ain't nothing. You get married, all they gonna do is tie you down and ruin your life. Listen, just because you want to be a baby mama all your life, don't knock me because I want to be a wife. Women will try to sit there and make another woman feel bad about her goddamn decisions. This is what goes on in friendship. They be sitting there mad because your decisions don't align with theirs. Listen, if you're a woman and you know you really want somebody, don't let your bitter ass bestie make you convince you into not wanting nobody. Maybe she's at that point because she already know she already for the streets. If that bitch don't want nobody, that's her personal business. That's on you, boo. Listen, I ain't trying. I ain't never been for one. I never been. I don't need no man. I don't listen. I need a man. Okay, that's why I'm married. I need a man. I'm not no Power Ranger. I'm not no Power Ranger ass bitch. I don't want to be strong all the goddamn time. I don't want to pay these bills all the time by my goddamn self. I don't want to keep these kids on my own by my goddamn self. Okay? Call me weak, call me a mammy. Listen. The hell with that strong black woman bullshit. I need help. I need help. Listen, my tire blow out. I ain't trying to get up under that shit and fix it. Listen, y'all, my back brakes was going out my car scrubbing. I had to call my husband and tell him, I said, look, babe, my back brakes, they gone. I need to get my brakes replaced. He was like, all right, just go ahead, pick up the brakes. I'll put them on later. Whatever. Little shit as a woman you don't feel is important. It be important. It be important. I needs me a man. Fuck all what y'all talking about. I needs me a man. Now I'm not saying it's perfect and days I don't want to damn decapitate his ass, but on the real, all this, oh, I don't need no man, I ain't got to have no man. Listen, but just because you overpopulated your vagina, don't try to get me, don't try to recruit me to be on that hating men ass. I'm not on that level. You got to, as a woman, you cannot let the bitter sisterhood pollute your perception in life. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. As a woman, if you don't want nobody, you want to raise all your kids by yourself, you want to do it all by yourself, power to you. I'm not no Power Ranger. I need help, even on little things. I don't even like to take all the groceries in the house. If I'm pulling up at the same time and my husband pulling up at the same time, we both pull up in the driveway together, and I just came from the grocery store, I got a bunch of bags in my car, I'm going to get him to help. I try to get him to help every chance I get on everything. And I get it. You got some women who tried the marriage thing. It didn't work out. You happy within your single life. Nothing is wrong with that. I'm not saying you less of a woman if you don't have a man or whatever, but I'm saying don't be trying to recruit everybody to sit on a hating men ass bench with you. You want me to sit on the damn bench with you and look from the sideline. Because honestly, I can't speak for other women, but a rose don't do it for me. A dildo don't do it for me. A vibrator don't do it for me. I'm sorry. It is what it is. That does not work for me. I have not bought a vibrator yet. I have not bought a rose yet. I'm like Coca-Cola. I need the real thing. I'm sorry. I'm just saying. Listen, hey, keep supporting the roses. Listen, I respect women who get the rose. I'd rather you do that than to be letting multiple men smash you. Please get the rose if it's going to prevent you from getting having penis pop, overly populated penis. I don't want you to get too many mileages on your vagina. So if getting a rose and a vibrator is going to prevent you from getting an excessive amount of body count, I'm all for that. Okay, what's up, Sexy Red? I'm all for that. But don't be trying to discourage other women who really like good wood. You get what I'm saying? I'm just speaking facts. Damn, it feels good to hear a woman speak on this, because the same thing these women do to each other, they also do the same thing as men. They try to destroy our self-esteem. Yeah, and again, Sexy Red, how you doing, hon? Thank you for stopping by again. I appreciate you supporting my tumblers and showcasing it on your channel. I really appreciate that, sis. Good looking out. Thank you so much. Thank you. Big ups, y'all. Sexy Red also has her own channel. She does really good content over there, y'all. So make sure y'all stop by. Show Sexy Red TV some love. I believe she's going to be live streaming tomorrow. So stop by, holla at her. You know what I'm saying? She's a down to earth sister from what I see so far. She cuts to the chase and she tells it like it is and stuff and everything. So stop by, show some love, or whatever, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, absolutely. You doggone, but as the saying goes, misery likes company. And it's not just women. Sometimes too, some of you guys, y'all got bitter ass homeboys. They mad because they done ran through all kind of women, and women don't want them no more. They broke down. And because you're a man and you want a woman, they'll tell you, man, fuck these bitches, man. Later for these bitches, man. Bitterness is on so many levels. Bitterness is not just a black woman problem. It's not just a black man problem. It's a broken person's problem. You got bitterness everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So you got let's it's called having discretion. You got to be able to read in between the lines. Know when somebody's telling you advice because it's from a good place, and know when somebody's telling you advice from a bitter place. Some people want you to get better, and some people want you to get bitter. You got to know the difference. What's up, Nerly? How you doing, Nerly? Blessings to you. Good to see you, Nerly. Try to say Nerly, do that. I'm wondering if I gave Nerly a wrench. I'm gonna mod some of y'all up in here. See if I mod some of y'all up. Yeah, I'm gonna give Red, Sexy Red, a wrench. And I don't take away wrenches over here. Once you get one, you'll always have one, unless you just do something like really like off the wall. Moderators and stuff. And give J Smooth one. Yeah, I get, like I said, bitterness. If y'all haven't subscribed, please make sure y'all subscribe and hit that like button. Appreciate it. It's not gonna cost you no money. I'm not over here threatening to boot you off if you don't put nothing in my Cash App. If you don't put nothing in my super chat. Go back to the thing. I know there are good women out here, but the wicked ones want to harm decent women. But we love good. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is. It absolutely is. That's why I know a lot of y'all just coming in here late and y'all heard me talking a lot of BS. But the initial reason of me doing this live stream is because of the murder that took place to Shaquella Robinson. And I did speak on another young lady who also got murdered by her former besties back in 1986. Like I told y'all, and I'm gonna repeat it again because some of y'all just coming in. Please check out an old Lifetime movie called A Killer Among Friends. It is based on a true story. It is based on an actual murder that happened to a white female, age 17, by the name of Michelle Avilia. The movie is based on the actual events that took place in her murder. How two of her best friends, they was raised together. They was spending night. You know how it is. When you friends with somebody, way back in the day, y'all was spending night to each other's house. You will call that person mom. They'll call your mom, and stuff like that. And this young lady, unfortunately, met her demise through her two best friends, because one of them became very envious when her ex-boyfriend, who she started dating, all of a sudden seemed to show interest back in her. And instead of her holding grudges against her boyfriend, who still was feeling her bestie, who was her boyfriend first, she held that anger and animosity and hostility the whole time. And I'm gonna show the picture again, y'all, because some people just getting here, so I'm going to show it. Because this was really what I did the content on. But, I talked about a couple of other things that I felt needed to be addressed in this live. But I'm going to go ahead and share the screen. Okay, so I'm not going to talk a whole lot about it. Most of y'all are going to have to just catch the playback. But this is why I did this content, this upload tonight, even though I was talking about several other things. But this was the initial reason, because of Shaquella Robinson, the young Black woman who was killed on a trip to Mexico with her best friends. I felt it was important to share other stories in which this has happened to other women, because I get it. A lot of the times when Black women are being murdered, we're usually frowned upon, like it's something we brought upon ourselves, or something stupid we did. But in this case, it was nothing on her behalf that she did wrong. She trusted some friends of hers who all along knew that they did not have good intentions on this trip with her. And unfortunately, it cost her her life. I mean, of course, you can see by how she looked, she's already was a beautiful woman. Not only that, she was an entrepreneur. She had her own business. She was the one who paid the trip and sponsored the trip. And they flew with this girl. I mean, they planned this trip with this girl, took flights with this girl all along, knowing they had a plan to destroy her. And that's why I say, women, we need to be very careful. And I'm not going to repeat too much of everything I said, because I don't want to repeat too much of the same thing. But I've already mentioned the red flags that a lot of us as women, we have to pay attention to when it comes to these friendships and it comes to confiding. Because black women, we don't always make the best and wisest decisions when it comes to who we select as friends and stuff. So anyway, this was the initial reason I did the live, but I also spoke upon this situation because I don't need people having one narrative thinking that this is only an issue with black women. Okay, this is only an issue that we have, because this happened to a white female back in 1985. This is a true story. That's why I said, y'all, check out that movie Killer Among Friends. Her family to this day, matter of fact, they even got documentaries on this story that happened, y'all. And her family to this day, they are still devastated by her loss. Now, both of her best friends who was involved in her murder, both of them are out of prison. They did not get that much jail time. I got to look back and see how much time they got, but they didn't get that much jail time. But Michelle Avilia, she would have been 54 years old today, y'all. Had her besties not taken her life. Same thing with Shaquella Robinson. In the words of Chris Brown, these hoes ain't loyal, because Michelle had two besties, Karen, and I forgot who her other best friend was. But they set her up. They killed her. What ended up happening was, I'm trying to look at the time because I forgot how much time they were sentenced. But they set her up, met her to the park, drowned her. If you watch the movie is going to show you the whole event from beginning to end. And I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna make you so mad. And the other part I forgot to tell y'all, her best friend knew she murdered her. And before they could discover it was the best friend, do you not know the best friend? Because at the time, her mother was grieving. The best friend who they killed when her daughter died, the mother was grieving. And at the time, the mother didn't know her best friends had anything to do with the murder. So the mother was still letting her best friend come over after her daughter died. The best friend was still coming over there eating. The best friend was still coming over there laying on her mama couch. Because, sometimes when you lose your child, you'll be wanting your children's friends to still come around and check on you. They still come around and see about you. And the whole time, her mother did not know her best friend was the one who murdered her daughter. See if I pull up the pictures. Let me go back. So the movie is going to show y'all the whole time she was her best friend who murdered her knew she played a part in that death, and she was still hanging around the woman's family like she ain't did nothing. Now, this is where the death took place. This is the location where they drowned Michelle, well, the best friends had drowned the young lady. That actually happened here. Missy's body was found face down in a stream in Big Tawana Canyon and Angeles National Forest. She drowned in 8 inches of water. Her long hair was cut off and there was a log on top of her. They drowned her, y'all, and then they put a log on top of her. I tell you, these hoes ain't loyal. So this is the actual location where the death had occurred. This was one of the hating, low common denominator best friends who was part of that death. She served 22 years. She was released in 2012. And this is the other best friend who was still, this was the main best friend here. This was the one who was still at her mom's house after they killed that girl. She was still going to the mom's house. She even went to the funeral, y'all, knowing she murdered this girl. These hoes ain't loyal. Get the likes up, y'all. It's free. I'm not going to charge. I'm not begging for no cash apps. All I want is my likes. All I want is my likes. That's it. I'm not begging y'all to cash app. No problem, J Smooth. They plan to end her life. They are fake ass friends. They need to be under the jail. Nerly, I'm hoping the justice, I don't trust the justice system because they always be sparing the wrong people. But hopefully karma does its magic. But Karen Severson, y'all, this was the main best friend of Michelle. She had the audacity to write a book. So she caught herself trying to make money off her friend's death. And she is released from prison. And she even made a deal to make a film. Most likely she had no remorse at all. Her book didn't do well. It only had got 2 stars on Amazon. That's called that karma, boo. You're not going to profit off of somebody else's death. The wicked shall never prosper. Missy's family, the victim, sued her in 2015. The state of California passed Missy's law requires people helping criminals write published works to contact the families of the victim. So this is the victim's mother. Y'all, please check out the movie. Please check out A Killer Among Friends, y'all. It's deep. It's going to make you mad, but it's deep. And if you got a daughter or a niece, let them watch the movie with you so they can understand how conniving these goddamn females are. What's up, Third World in the building? Good to see you, Third. But you can see the mother has had a lifetime of pain, knowing her daughter's best friends are the reason she never got to see her daughter get married. She never had got to get her first grandchild from her daughter. This is what I'm saying. When they took Shaquella Robinson, they robbed that whole family. It was not just Shaquella Robinson they took. They took her whole family down. What's up, Tampa Supreme? I didn't even see you. Ramsey Morris, good to see you as well. Anybody I missed, my bad. Because I'm going back and forth. This is what I'm saying. That's why women, y'all need to be careful with these besties and this my homegirl, this my friend. These females are straight vultures. They have no filter. I don't care. And listen, the females online, they ain't no better either. The way these females be dragging each other online. And the bad part is you never realize how corrupt a person is until y'all fall out, until there's a disagreement. That's when you see them for who they truly are. Long as things are going good, long as y'all doing 2 hour live streams, dragging and bashing other people, But as soon as one of y'all fall out, baby, y'all know. Now, listen, y'all. This right here, this is the picture of the killer. She's a grown woman. She served her time in prison. And I have listened to her interviews. This bitch don't feel bad about none of what she did, y'all. She does not feel bad. Now, this is the old picture back in the 80s. This is Missy, who she, which is her, killed. Karen and Missy was best friends. Karen broke up with, no, Missy right here, which was the popular girl. Now, like I said, this was back in the 80s, y'all. Okay. I know in y'all eyes right now, y'all don't look at it that way. But Missy was the it girl. Okay. She was very popular. All right. Karen was the low common denominator. She wasn't that popular. Okay, so what's up, Divine Lee artist? Good to see you. So Missy used to go with a guy who was no good. She broke up with him because he was a player. Okay. Her thirsty best friend got with the dude after she dumped him. That's already a red flag. First of all, you shouldn't be wanting no penis, no wood that your friend done had. That's already a violation. I don't want none of my friends' penis. If my friend had your dick, I do not want it. Okay? There's too much good wood out there for me to want a wood that my friend done already had. That my friend done rode on, my friend done drove on, my friend done slobbed on. I don't want none of my friends' exes. Okay? So anyway, she was so thirsty, she got with Missy X. All right? Missy didn't care. Missy was like, okay, girl, go ahead, do you. I don't want his ass. Miss Thirsty Desperate got Missy, her best friend man, moved in an apartment with him. Now, if y'all watch the movie going to show you the same thing. She moved in an apartment with them, and what happened was her and Missy was still friends. Missy came over there, even though her and the guy was living together. The ex hit it on her best friend that she used to go with now, and she got mad when the girl came back and told her, like, your man, which is my ex, and I know that's now your man, he's still trying to hit on me. He still tried me. She got mad with her bestie, and basically that's what made her kill her. Okay? These females are petty, y'all. All right? So anyway, like I said, this is Missy. She's been gone since 1986. She would have been 54 today. And this is the friend, her bestie who killed her, Karen, who is still living to this day. And this is her. Okay. She even went on a Dr. Phil show and stuff and all of that. But yeah, I'm not gonna go all into that. But that's basically that's what I'm saying. I know there's been a long stream, y'all, but this is imperative that women need to be aware, man. A lot of these females out here, they are grimy. I've come to a point, like I said, I don't deal with females. I don't value friendship with women like I used to, because you just never know where the hell these females are coming from. Even online, offline. I embrace isolation. I love my isolation. I'm not one of those females where I got to have a friend, I got to have a bestie. I'm 43 years old. I enjoy where I am in life. I like the fact that my circle is very small. The more people you chill with, the more bullshit you're going to deal with. All of these friends, these besties, people are just not genuine anymore. Especially these women. These women, they got an agenda. I made friends with somebody on YouTube one time. Did panels and everything. Once I saw this person had another side, I had to abort the mission immediately. It is just sad that You really can't trust nobody anymore. You really can't trust anybody. These females, they all got an agenda. You know what I mean? And the thing about it is, a lot of these females, a lot of them are sore losers. I mean, if a friendship don't work out, why you got to be on some grimy shit? Why you got to go and tell each other's business? Why you got to do 2-hour streams, airing each other's dirty laundry? Why you doxing the female you don't like? Why you digging up each other's criminal history, past? You going at people's kids. You got to go for people's kids. You got to go at people's husband. You know, you got to, I mean, God dog, man. These females, they just ruthless. They are so ruthless. And like I said, now, for all of us who got daughters, and all of us who got nieces, you got to school the young women coming up. My daughter has had incidences with females hating on her, being jealous of her. And I had to let her know that, listen, just because you and a female, y'all got some things in common, that don't mean you need to be besties. A lot of you women, y'all got to stop being hard up for friendship. Stop thinking everybody your goddamn bestie just because y'all got a few goddamn things in common. So what if y'all got a few things in common? That don't mean y'all need to be hanging out and being best friends. You got grown women that's lonely for friendship. I'm at an age right now, listen, long as I got me something good to drink and I got me some good food and I got me a good movie, I don't need no goddamn company. First of all, I haven't had females come to my house. I'll say, let me see. The last time I probably had a female friend come to my house was probably like 8-9 years ago. And that was my bestie before she passed, and she was married. And my bestie, she never gave me that vibe. You know what I mean? You just got to be a woman who listens to your intuition. You got to have maturity. And again, you got to pay attention to that low-key snake shit. When a female be throwing insults, when you telling her good stuff, good things that done happen to you, she throwing some shade, you know, she's trying to compete with you. You buy a new car, she buying a new car. You went to the mall and got you outfit, you know, she going to the mall and bought her the same outfit but in a different color. Little shit like that you don't pay attention to. And like as I mentioned earlier, pay attention to how females do other females once they fall out. Look at how these women move with other females that they are enemies with. Some women can't just take an L and move on. Like if the friendship didn't work out, it just didn't work out. Why you got to call defects to get my kids taken away? Why you got to dox my personal information with my criminal record? You doxing my husband, doxing my daughter. These females and a lot of women don't understand why they go through so much bullshit. It's because of all the things you have done to other people, the stuff you put out there. Just because the person you doing it to won't retaliate or get back at you, it does not mean that you still not going to reap what you sow. You still going to answer the karma. A lot of these females think because, like me, I don't have that pit bull mentality. A female do me in, she exploits me or does something to me to try to bring me harm or whatever. You know, I was at an age when I was young and dumb, and I felt like everything a female did to me, I had to do it back, but do it back bigger, or I had to respond, and I had to, you know what I mean? You know, I've just gotten in a different place in which once I realized that your friendship no longer holds any value to me, I'm just gonna stop rocking with you. It's as simple as that. I'm not in the business of exploiting you and sharing all your personal information you share with me. That's why I don't tell these hoes nothing. None of these broads hardly out here, especially in the black YouTube sector, they don't know nothing personal about me. Cause I've seen what they do to other women when they get mad. You tell these females you struggled with something. Soon as y'all fall out, I had to pay her light bill. I had to lend her money for gas. Bitch, we all fall on hard times. That ain't nothing to really like be exploiting. But whatever these females have on you, they're going to use it to their advantage. So if you're going to share something with a female in friendship, make sure it's something you can share that you can stand to lose. But if you know it's going to be something deep and personal, and it's something you not going to want nobody to know about, I advise you to don't make your life an open book. Because as soon as these females get mad, they telling it all. And listen, these are grown women. Grown women over 40 doing this dumb shit. Now, young females in their 20s, maybe their 30s, I kind of get it. Because they not mentally there. But nothing is more of a turnoff than to see a grown woman over 40 playing high school games when her and another woman, they have a falling out. When I see females move like that, listen, I pay attention to stuff like that. I don't try to like get close to females who, you know, have seeing the way they handle stuff, seeing the type of harm, how far they will go to sabotage another woman's character. That's scary to me. And I would never make myself be comfortable with the female who moves in that manner. And if you are in a friendship with a female that you know, you seeing them move like that, you seeing how when they fall out with another woman, how they air all her dirty laundry. I'm letting you know, you fall out with that broad, she gonna do the same thing to you. She gonna tell all your business. If you told her anything personal, yeah, it's coming out. As soon as y'all fall out, she gonna let it all air out. So anyway, y'all, I know this has been a long stream, but this was a very sad situation. My heart goes out to Shaquella Robinson's family. Rest in peace. She was just laid to rest not too long ago. I pray her family gets the justice that they deserve. It's very sad. They're gonna have to go through the holidays. They have to go through Thanksgiving, not having a daughter, through Christmas, the New Year coming in, not having a daughter. My heart definitely goes out to them, even though the other case is very old. It still doesn't negate the fact that a life was lost. My heart also goes out to Missy Avilia and her family who are still grieving. Check out the documentary, y'all. Check out the movie. It's a really good film. I think it's something that if you have a daughter, she could learn from that. We have to teach our daughters not to be so trusting. We have to teach our daughters and guys as well, men, if you have daughters. I think that'll also be a good movie. We have to school our daughters that are coming up in this generation. If that happened to Shaquilla Robinson, what makes y'all think it's not going to happen to y'all daughter? What makes y'all think it's not going to happen to y'all niece? You see certain females coming around your daughter and they got snake tendencies, or your spirit just doesn't feel right with them. You need to pull your daughter aside. You know, if your daughter coming to you telling you certain things that's going on in her friendship and you seeing red flags, you need to let them know, look, this is somebody you probably don't want to continue a friendship with or whatever. So anyway, y'all, look out for y'all loved ones out there, man. There's a lot of stuff going on and whatnot, but I appreciate y'all for hanging out in the live with me. Everybody, bring a positive energy and all of that. So y'all have a wonderful night. I know some of y'all got to get up in the morning. So may your week be peaceful, calm. Again, keep y'all circle small. The less people you deal with, the less problems you got to worry about. So anyway, y'all, I'm gonna get ready to go ahead and shut it down. This is your Diva in Knowledge, Lady Mocha, represent Mocha's Cafe de Paris, where I'm always serving you wisdom, knowledge, and spiritual awareness. Ladies, do not forget to subscribe to my other channel, Mocha's Ladies Lounge, is a channel specifically for women. Make sure y'all hit the like button before y'all exit. Have a good night. Take care.